sunshine. We're live and we're sunshined out.
That works, doesn't it? Are you comfortable there?
I'm comfortable here.
Howdy, everybody, and nobody, and everybody.
We thought since we weren't doing nothing else, we'd go live. So hello, we're live. We're live.
Luke and I went and did chores in the cold, and then we worked on some things. Our water froze last night, and I set some things up this morning that haven't got it thawed out. I've got our system where it'll handle 0 degrees pretty easy, but we were about 6 below early this morning, and we evidently froze up.
It happens.
Well, hopefully we get thawed out, but the nice thing about having a big water reservoir that all your water comes out of, you can go get water out of that. So
Yeah.
we brought some water in the milk buckets, and Luke's doing dishes right now, or heating in a coffee pot on the stove. And I did the last day or two, bad weather and being in the house with Cindy, I rendered some beef tallow. Soot, actually, beef soot.
Is that what
right?
that's called?
I think so. It's like the kidney fat and tall fat of a cow,
Yeah.
of a steer, and it is beef soot. And so this is supposed to be the good stuff.
Yep.
So
good
we
stuff.
got some of that to cook with. That's not all of it, but this is what I've got in here. Hey, Tiny Tim.
Hello, Tiny Tim. Hopefully we're
I
coming.
like it when it shows that nobody's in here, but somebody liked it.
I know, it's kind of the, I don't know. We got two
Tiny-
likes and one person in
Tiny
here.
Tim would come in
Hello,
incognito.
Willis.
Hey, Willis.
Yeah, so we're just hanging out.
Luke and I have been making candy and doing chores and helping Cindy out.
Yeah.
And we rendered some beef tallow, and Luke made some cookies, and he cooked steak and eggs for breakfast.
Yep.
And I've been patching a set of overalls that I needed to patch on. And yeah, anything we can do in the house.
So yeah, just staying warm. Are you guys staying warm, Tim? You're not out riding that motorcycle, are you? I hope not. Yep, we're doing good today. Froze up, but we're doing good. Our water froze last night. We can't leave our faucets dripping since we have limited water. And Gary's got the system where it does great. It held good yesterday, but we were able to run water yesterday. But last night we hit -6 early this morning, so we froze up. Built on a rock. Hello, hello, hello. Built on the rock, sorry. At home with Tom and Rhonda. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Yep, we're staying warm. I've got my electric blanket on. We had a few power flashes, but nothing that we lost power. I guess I should have labeled this the big freeze. It is cold, 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 cold outside.
Actual temperature has got up to 10.
Yeah.
It has warmed up some today.
We did warm up. But you're not a real biker. I would argue that point. I would say you are definitely a real biker, Mr. Tim.
Anybody that ride his bike to a conference and just lay down next to it and go to sleep.
Yeah, on the ground. Yeah,
I'd call that a biker.
I would too.
That's pretty cowboy right there.
Yeah, Built on Rock has had faucets that never froze before. Bathroom sinks had only hot water. Bathtubs, no water. Been filling up containers to get water to animals. Yeah. Thankfully, our rainwater catchment system, we got some rain. And so our water catchment is, hello, Miss Brenda. Our water tank is full out there, and our water reservoir for the house is full. It doesn't run off rainwater catchment. The reservoir for the house runs off of Hamilton's main line. The city of Hamilton is south of us. Runs off their main line, but we're one of the high points in the line, and that line isn't pressurized all the time, so we don't get a constant supply of water. So we have to have a reservoir and then a pump to put pressure tank to have water in the house. Yep, our rainwater. Gary's been busting the ice to get into it, but yeah. Yeah, Miss Brenda, we're staying warm. I got my blanket on me, electric blanket on, and Gary just come in from taking care of animals and bringing in water. Him and Luke.
I chopped a hole in that rainwater catchment earlier this morning. It was about 4 or 5 inches thick, probably 5.
Yeah.
And it's in a pretty sheltered place facing the south. It's the last thing to freeze up. A lot of times we'll have 2 inches on everything else and it'll still be unfrozen.
And it's a black plastic tank, and that helps too.
It works, it's a really good setup.
But yeah, so
But this morning I chopped about 4 or 5 inches off of it. Now our cattle's water, it was frozen way thicker than that.
Yeah.
I actually had to carry them quite a bit of water this afternoon.
yeah, but being down to just the two cows,
Yeah, not as much.
not as much. How was Freedom looking?
Good.
Not bagging or anything?
No.
Okay, so we're still a long ways off from a baby. -2, Tim said this morning. Wind chill of -18. Power went off for 15 to 20 minutes. Found out they were rerouting power, so not off long. Yeah, you know, that throws me for a loop. If they can run all these air conditioners in the summertime, I don't understand why they can't run the heaters in the wintertime. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hello, Tracy and Kim at Summer Pick Farms.
Wow.
Yeah, we're staying nice and warm and toasty. So, Tracy, did you start another channel or did you change your name to match the farm? Are you no longer Kansas Garden Guy?
He doesn't want people knowing he's in Kansas. He's just saying this.
No, it's not. Oh, he's rotten. I'm sorry, Tracy.
Tracy, I can tease you like that.
No. Oh, my goodness. What a mess.
Any dishes?
Yeah, you can wash that for me.
Oh.
Thank you, bub. I think that's
Changed
probably-
it to match farm to make it easy. I totally understand. I think that's easy. We did our farmers market stand the same way. We changed our farmers market stand to
Pathways Homestead.
Pathways, and the farm name to Pathways Homestead in order to just streamline everything.
Yeah, we used to have a name for Cindy's soap and a
Yeah.
name for our farm and a different name for
Yeah.
our channel and
And so we just streamlined everything.
Yeah, we just streamlined it all.
Oh no, Built on the Rock Homestead only has space heaters in the master bedroom. The rest of the house has no heat. Got down into the high 30s inside the house. Wow, I'm so
They don't
sorry.
have any heat in the house?
Yeah. Gary needs a boot patcher sewing machine.
I would love one.
We have a sewing machine here. Hannah took my sewing machine with her because the sewing machine shares parts, and she doesn't like her sewing machine. She learned to sew on my sewing machine, and so she sticks with what she likes with having the processing disorder she has. Anyway, so she likes when who of us don't like just using what we already know. So yeah. You know, being that guy attracted too many women, so
Who said that?
Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
Central. Oh man, the central HVAC system died a few years ago. Can't afford to replace it. I'm so sorry.
Golly, it would be nice to get a wood stove this
Yeah.
time of year. I really regret that we don't have one, but I just haven't been able to really make that work.
If wood's
For us,
available
yeah.
in your area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you'd be surprised how easy it is to get wood, even in the prairie.
Yeah. We used to go, well, here we have to go down find creek bottoms and fence lines.
Yeah,
But
you can find it.
we can find it, and then when we lived in Wyoming in the high desert, we would go get permits and go up on the mountain and cut wood.
That was one of the places we got it. We also, there was a brush dump
Yeah.
where people would cut down when they trim their trees and stuff town, and I would often go look at it. And I do that here too.
Yeah.
Your local brush dump's a good place to find firewood. I knew guys in Tulsa that would do that when I was in the tree business.
Oh yeah.
That they had wood businesses, they would just go to the brush dump and cut firewood. That's the place they cut firewood.
In the hill country, just not mountain cedar trees. Not burning that wood in house plus mobile home. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah, we've had wood
Uh-huh.
stove in a mobile home before, and it does work.
it does. Yeah, you just gotta be extra careful. Well, Brenda said they finally got up to 59 in the house, and that's with 3 wood stoves, 2 electric heaters going. Whoa. Yeah, Brenda. Well, what are they calling this? They're not calling it a polar vortex. They're calling it something else.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but it's
Frickin' cold.
Siberian something or another. But
It's a Siberian tiger.
Orchestra?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
It's
That's
not
what
the
it is.
Trans- oh
It's
my
the
goodness.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
it's a mess, is what it is. A mess. But yeah, so we're just hanging out. We thought we'd hang out with y'all. Luke's made lots of candy and cookies.
We've
And
eaten lots of
yeah,
candy
eating
and
lots
cookies.
of good food, eating lots of steak and eggs and potatoes. Eating lots of cake, lots of cookies and candy that we shouldn't, but we have been. Poor Luke's gonna have to bake more cookies. He made some really good cookies. They're an oatmeal cookie, and he put coconut and pecans in it. Oh my mercy, they were so good, so good. Yeah. Poor Tracy, how are you keeping the greenhouses warm? Woohoo! Brenda said they finally made it up to 6 degrees. We made it up to 10. Pretty excited about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I had a place to set up a leather sewing machine, I'd love to have one, and I could stitch some of this heavier denim and stuff with that too.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a good place to put one right
Okay. When you live in a trailer house, you're kind of limited on
Yeah.
space. At least a single wide. Oh, Built on the Rocks low was 10, wind chill -4. Yeah, our wind chill got really bad. But yeah,
now. Our actual temperature got -6.
was our lowest, yeah.
Yeah, we are just enjoying inside our house. Our central heat, our central propane
Yeah.
heat's working really good.
It is. It is. And then I've got an extra I have an electric blanket that's keeping me extra toasty because I'm usually the cold one. The guys put on lots of clothes. Yeah, Tim says his furnaces run almost all day. It finally shut off now at 15-degree heat wave. Yep. Paul and Brenda says Paul used to make leather hats and moccasins. Cool. Of course, Built on the Rock. Her doe decided to kid last night,
Yeah.
but but the kids didn't make it. I'm so sorry.
Stuff.
Oh no. Oh no. Tracy said he did a live on Instagram this morning and uncovered it all, and he thinks he lost the tunnel. It's all frozen, even with the heavy blankets, but the ground didn't freeze, so they may come through. I hope so. Willis says he'll swap places with us. He'll sit on the couch and we can water and feed his dogs. I'm stuck
Water
on
and
the
feed his
couch.
dogs?
Yeah, I'm stuck on the couch. Sorry,
I
dude.
went out and watered and fed, or Luke and I did, hogs and chickens and rabbits and cattle and
Yeah, kale and spinach will sometimes pull through stuff. But yeah. But I'm sorry, Built on the Rock. Yeah, that's when they liked weather changes. It's a predator protection.
yeah, and it's triggered by barometric pressure changes. And that is a prey animal thing.
Oh no. They have a flannel sheet over the 5 aloe vera plants in her family room. Hope they make it. I totally feel you. You know, I lost my granny's aloe vera plant because I couldn't keep it warm enough, and the start I have off of it, I'm gonna get another start from my sister. But yeah.
I grabbed a hold of a hot ram this fall and scalded my hand really bad across here, and I was at my folks' house and my mom called my brother's mother-in-law, and she had an aloe vera plant, so I run up there and got a big chunk of it and I put it on there. I put plantain on it first for a
Yes.
little while, and then when I finally got done doing what I was doing, we cleaned it up real good and got the aloe vera and put it on there. And I healed up without even a scar, and I had blistered my hand, and so I really like that aloe vera.
Okay, I hit the live chat. It should come back up.
Uh-oh, we lose it?
I lost the chat. I mean, we're live, but the chat is hiding. There it is. She's an experienced mom, so she thought she could keep them alive. Yeah, that's too bad. I'm so sorry. Sometimes when it's just so bitter cold, there's just not a whole lot can be done. Tim says, Gary, if you find a place for a leather machine, let me know. I may be able to help you out.
Okay.
Aloe's a great healer inside and out. Hello, Barb. Barb made it
Yeah, I've
in.
heard of people drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, people drink all kinds of things that they probably shouldn't. I've heard that was good for you too, but I don't know if I believe it.
Okay.
Drinking that stuff you shouldn't.
The stuff you shouldn't. Lost my aloe vera in 2021 storm. Was given another plant that summer. Now I got 5 plants from the single one. Awesome.
You know what else I'm gonna have to get if I do a lot more sewing? Stronger glasses.
Autocorrect got a hold of Built on the Rock. Aloe vera helps with construction.
Construction.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Autocorrect. Autocorrect victim. There.
Well, I can tell you, if you can't poop, construction gets pretty rough.
If you tell your crew you can't poop.
Oh my goodness.
We
A
knew-
lot of stuff flying then.
We know what you meant, but we're just sorry. Hopefully we're not too hard on you.
Construction's kind of the family trade, so that's.
So
Oh,
anything
my.
they can joke about that, they will.
Gotta poop. If you don't poop, it's a bad deal.
Yep, it will heal ulcers. So will plantain. I drank a lot of plantain tea to help mine ulcer and got it healed up.
Plantain and raw milk helped yours,
Yep.
didn't it?
Yeah, plantain and raw milk.
Broadleaf plantain, if you guys aren't familiar with that plant, it is an amazing plant. It grows about anywhere. It's it's a weed.
Decade ago, I had a 10-week-old kid eat an entire aloe vera plant. Poor kid had the runs. I bet. Oh my goodness.
Teaching me randoms.
Well, those little baby goats, they'll eat this craziest stuff.
Yeah, Becca says, our daughter Becca says that goats are the crackheads of farm animals. She said they just spaz out and do crazy stuff. No telling what they're gonna do next or where they're at next, or they were here and then they're there.
Yeah. Yeah. Becca's a goat girl. She likes her goats, which we don't have any right now. And I don't blame her. I got to where I like the goats quite a bit.
Yeah.
I really like my cattle and my chickens, though.
Yep.
It helps when you got them handleable. It was so nice to, whenever we sold Fireball the other day, to help pay my down payment for the hospital for the surgery. And, sold Fireball, and it was so nice to just go out there and put a halter on him and lead him out. And he didn't want to go in the trailer, but we did get him in the trailer. But it was very nice to be able to just handle him. And of course, Mark says, I'm not gonna make him a pet, and that's okay. But yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, it just makes things easier for handling our setup.
Yeah,
Steve.
it
They're
does.
Really able to handle animals. Now Stewart's probably got the best set of pins I've ever worked in, and they can handle anything in those pins. But
Yeah.
with our setup and pins, we need handleable cattle.
He was making fun of me because I told him, I said he probably needs some groceries, and he's had all the hay he can eat, and we've been feeding him every day. But he's not as fat and roly poly as he was whenever the Korean Lesvadiza was up and going good. And he kind of laughed at me and goes, "Yeah, we'll get him some groceries." When he saw him, he laughed at me and said, "Yeah, we'll get him on some groceries." Little fat butterball. He was pretty fat.
Like to take good care of our animals.
Oh, maybe they just that little kid. They just castrated him, so she wonders if he was, seeking some care and overdid it.
Yeah.
It may be. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But sometimes they'll just eat silly stuff too.
They do. They do.
Baby lambs are the same way. Yeah. I've been dreaming of a spring garden. It's time to start dreaming of spring garden because it's almost going to be time to start thinking about tomatoes and peppers. Starting them here in the house. So, yeah. I got to plan and figure out how big a garden I want this year, how much I want to plant. So, yeah, we'll see. And I got my Baker Creek seed catalogs, just the free ones. I got 2 in the mail. So, yeah, that was.
We took check the mail while we were out, Luke.
Oh, speaking of mail, hi Evelyn. We can do what we got in the mail.
I'm gonna check that if you want to.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it. I'm expecting a check from St. Robert Class.
Do you know where some of my mail went to? I
Okay.
know you helped me move it. Anyway,
Is it under the board?
no, if there's a
Oh, it got dumped out right
There's a
here.
box.
It was on the
Okay.
back of it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So, for this week or last week. Yes, go big if I can. I'll do my best. Water's always the issue. So it's on Sandy at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. I won a pair of mittens, and she sent me them. They'll go really good with my fleece-lined coat that I have. So I've got a pair of mittens. And on Jesse and Lisa's, wow, 13 degrees and 40 miles north of Atlanta. That's crazy. So at Jesse and Lisa's at Lazy Days Ahead, I teach 4 to 6 year olds at Sunday school. Told them my birthday is Christmas Day. The kindergartner asked if I was born on the first Christmas. Nope, I'm not over 2,000 years old. That's funny. But anyway, so I got my prize from them, and this is a hubcap ornament from Bucky's. A cute little ornament out of a candy cane. A Bucky sticker, which was what I made our thumbnail out of. Picture of that because I sent a pictures to my sisters. And then we've got keychains and bracelets. Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And keychains. Aren't those cool? Well, I started backwards.
Thank you, son.
Cool, huh? That was our prize that I won last week from them, and a nice Christmas card. They sent me a nice Christmas card that has, congratulations on winning in our last live. This ornament is awesome. We thank you for all your support for us and our channel and all the others you follow. Hoping you have a blessed Christmas and awesome New Year. Merry Christmas. Much love, Lisa and Jesse. And so we got a sticker and we got a magnet. Cool. And then I had another one, but I'll have to do it on my next live. I don't think it's here.
Another one. Oh, you got
Another
some cards.
Another card, some Christmas cards. But yeah, so that was what we got. Part of what we got in the mail this week.
We got a card from Generational Homestead.
Yeah, Generational Homestead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a sweet card. If you have not checked out Wesley's home, homepage is what I was gonna say. Wesley's channel at Generational Homestead. Go over and check out Wesley's channel. Sweet young man learning to homestead, and they've got 3 generations on their homestead. So, yeah, sweet, cool young man, and it was so great to hear from him. We also got a card from Hat Makers. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
on Sunday we talked about that one.
Ernie and Ed.
Yeah, Ernie and Ed. Yes. My mom, when we'd set up our Christmas tree around Thanksgiving, usually right after Thanksgiving, sometime after then, we would set up our tree, and she would try to purposely buy enough candy canes that us girls could have 1 candy cane a day until Christmas. So it was kind of like our advent calendar. And so, yeah, and it started out the little bitty candy canes in the packages, and then it got to the bigger candy canes once we got older. Either Gary is doing some crazy country cross stitching on his pants, or that's a heck of a patch. It's a pretty big patch. It's a pretty big patch. He's got the knee out, and so he's trying to cover
It's
a bunch
not
of
the
it.
knee, it's in front of the pocket.
Oh, in front of the pocket?
Like right here where my knife and stuff
Yeah,
are on
oh,
my
gotcha.
pocket.
And of course, my wish book, the Baker Creek Seed Catalog. I've been looking at it and dreaming, and I did something that was probably the worst thing ever in the world. When I was on Facebook, I liked the Baker Creek page, and they send ads, a lot of ads. And so then you're always like, oh, I want that too, I want that too. So I saw
You were showing me some tomato
purple
today.
and yellow tomato. Hey, how are you, Xander? How are you doing, buddy? But yeah, it was kind of like a Cherokee purple tomato. It's definitely a beefsteak in the beefsteak family, but it was yellow on bottom instead of red, and purple on top. So that
Way
was
more purple than I've ever seen Cherokee.
yes, very purple. I think a Cherokee purple doesn't look quite so red because of the red.
Yeah.
Right, so purple, excuse me, so purple because of the red.
So I've always found, and I don't know if I can turn this inside out and show you the hole, but I've always found that if you put your patch kind of away from the edge of the hole, where you can get better meat where it's not as frayed, and what I'll do here is this big patch that's kind of bigger than the hole, and I'll patch it up. I'll sew it all on the outside, and then I'll come in and sew it close to the edge of the hole too, and that seems like that holds better on these patches. And usually I don't get a long time hand stitch patches because the pants are already pretty wore.
So Xander said they had a long night. Was it a long night making tamales?
Hell
Bless
yeah.
your heart. Y'all made so many tamales.
Yep, lots of tamales. Tamales are so poor folks have something to open on Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, so I've been thinking about what I want to replant what I want to plant again this year. Definitely the Sugar Rush peaches. We really enjoyed those. Those were nice. They're a pepper. Not this time. Had to move the chickens inside. They weren't adjusting. Oh, gotcha. Had some struggling with the cold.
Was that Xander saying?
Yep, Xander. More tamales on the way though. One of his sisters got more masa. Yep.
Luke and I did some shopping, and there was a lady, and Emporia is our biggest town, and it's got a large Hispanic population. It's probably, say, the majority of
Yep.
Emporia.
Yep.
Is a Hispanic population, and those of us that aren't are influenced by it. So there was a lady with, I think she had 30 bags of masa in her cart. Luke and I walked past her, and I said, I know what you're making. She said, yes, tamales. I said, when will they be done? She said, tomorrow.
Xander said Sarah, the twin sister's working today.
Oh, yeah.
Got
Isn't he the
rooted.
one that, like him and a lot of his adult brothers and sisters live together?
Yes, yeah, and all the nieces and nephews. Got a bag of chard and potatoes in the ground. Haven't gone into the garden to see how they survived the night. Yeah, it might have gotten a little too cold for them. Although If it's just a flash freeze, the ground don't always freeze. Depends on how warm the ground was whenever this hit. Yeah, dreaming through the catalog. That's helped me going pretty good. Looking through the catalog, dreaming of things I'd like to try. But yeah. But I've got to do when I get to where I can handle a little bit of weight and can move around more. Bags of masa normally come in 10-pound bags. So 35 is 350 pounds.
Mm-hmm. I think these were 5-pound bags. They're like the size of a flour bag.
Yeah.
May have been 10 pounds. But yeah, she had a pile of masa. And Emporia also has a huge food truck culture.
Yes.
And they have special food truck nights.
Yeah.
And there's always some kind of fundraiser and something going on. So no telling. There's a huge, the Catholic Church there does lots of fundraisers of Mexican food. And so no telling what she was making them for. We didn't really ask. We just kind of teased her as we walked by about how much masa she had in her cart.
Yeah.
And, but yes, and yeah, she had a lot of masa. It was a lot of masa. It was not for her husband and kids tamales. It was a lot of people gonna eat tamales from that cart.
So we're gearing up for Christmas. Luke's been making cakes. Hello, Audacity Dawning. How are you, Uncle G?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, Luke's been making cookies. I don't know how much of them we're going to make it for Christmas, and he's been making candy.
And we've been eating cookies, and we've been eating candy.
Oh my goodness. 5 pounds of dry masa can make 15 pounds of masa. Because you need 6 pounds of fat for those. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was gonna be thousands of tamales, I'm sure.
Okay, Built on the Rock covered the potatoes, store-bought, that started sprouting on them. Dumps leaves on the rutabagas and chard. Yep, the good insulation. Leaves are good insulation.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought we had eaten all of our Yukon Gold and red potatoes, and I thought we'd eaten all our yellow onions, and today I found a bucket of them still in our pantry room.
Oh, yes.
And they've all sprouted.
Yeah, because I didn't block the window in there. Yeah. I haven't blocked the light off from the window in the pantry. I need to do that. But, yeah. Something I need to do. I should have at least dropped, no, that wouldn't have helped much, the shade, but yeah. Well, I finally checked email and got your Christmas card. Thank you so much, Uncle G. I hope you and Miss D are doing great and have a fabulous Christmas. Tell everyone in the family hello for us.
Yes. One of the things we really love to do is to go to other people's homesteads or farms, small farms. That's what homesteads really are.
Yep.
And we love to go and help people learn new skills, and Audacity Dawning's one of those places we got to go and do that and help them with the rabbit butchering. And he came here and he learned to butcher chickens, and we just enjoyed being with G and D and meeting their families and their family and getting to help them in that. And then G hung out with us and helped put on the Growing Towards Self-Sufficiency gathering that us and some other channels, including Audacity Dawning, put together in Fort Scott, Kansas. And we really enjoyed that.
Hello, Charlie and Autumn. Hope you guys are having a blessed day with Pafford's Homestead.
Paffords, they sent us a Christmas card
Yes,
too.
Paffords. We got one from them too. Yeah, I knew we've gotten some Christmas cards. I just couldn't remember.
Are they not still up here behind?
I made a mess up here and
Okay.
knocked. I have the back shelf of the couch. I kind of just pile everything up there. Well, my pile got too high and I bumped it and knocked everything off. Me and my piles. But yeah, I'm a piler. That's how I organize things, which is not necessarily a good thing. I need to purge again. I've been purging. I worked in our bedroom purging for quite a while, and I mean, I can tell a difference, but I still need to get some more. Yes, it's cold here too. It's cold here too, Pafford's. Super cold.
Yeah. We have watched a lot of YouTube and TV
Yep.
shows on our phones and listened to stuff,
Yep.
podcasts.
Been on some in the
Yep.
live chats, watched some lives.
Done some live chat.
Look, Michael and Bobby. Hello, Michael.
Hello, MB.
MB, Michael. Michael and Bobby, yep. So, yeah, we're just,
There are. I'm getting old. My wife's not, but I am. I'm getting old. I can look old in the camera right
I don't know how you're getting old and I'm not, since I'm older than you, but okay.
Well, I'm working on getting old, and one of these days I'll get older than you.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm
Bill-
getting old, and a lot of the different YouTube channel names are enough alike that I have a hard time keeping them straight. My wife usually does a really good job of keeping them straight.
Built on the Rock says that they didn't ask for cold weather for the birthday, so it's not their fault. I haven't worn my glasses in days.
They're on the table.
I know, but so my left eye is starting to twitch. So sorry, guys, if I get a twitchy left eye. They're on the table, but yeah. Oh. Yep. Happy birthday, Built on the Rock Homestead. Happy birthday. What a great day to have a birthday. Share a birthday with Jesus. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
If today's her birthday,
No, Christmas.
Christmas Day.
She was telling Christmas, or
Yeah.
I'm assuming a she. I'm so sorry. They were saying that their Sunday school class. Remember that they shared.
Yes.
So was it the first Christmas?
Somebody has to finish.
Yeah. Yep. Those littles are so cute. The questions they come up with, and answers. Them kids.
And if your Sunday school classes ever like mine, I had kids, the ones I taught, I had kids involved in them that would put everybody else up to something ornery, and they would.
Oh
I had a
wow.
daughter that convinced several kids in our youth group that I knew so much about the Bible because I was there when a lot of it happened.
Built on a Rock is 90.
90?
That is awesome. Congratulations. Wow. 90.
Wow.
Built on the Rock. Wow.
And you can use a computer.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm 40. Am I 47?
You're 46.
46. I can barely use a computer.
You and your brother. Your brother don't know how old he
Yeah.
is either.
He's trying to tell me the other day, you can't be 46 or 47, however old I said I was. He said, 'cause I'm 41. No, you're not. You can't be. So we did the math.
Oh, not 90, but the kindergartner thought so. That's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
I got it. I'm sorry. Thinks they're 90. I'm sorry. The kid thinks they're 90. I misread it. Charlie says he's the old one. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
We used to hang out with a bunch of preachers, and one of the old ones, we used to say we wanted to hear from his Bible because it was an autographed edition. His Old Testament was autographed by Moses.
Oh, my goodness. What a mess. But no, we're waiting. Kids are going to start. Well, Luke is already here. And Becca will come in tomorrow, and then Hannah will come in Sunday. So we're pretty excited. Aw, they tell their kids, they've told their kids, known to tell kids, I'm going to start over. I've been known to tell I've been known to tell kids my dad caught Santa leaving me under the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. That's cute. Hello, Carlene. Well, Merry Christmas from Florida. Merry Christmas, Carlene Vassar.
Yeah, Merry
Welcome.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We're just hanging out. And, yeah, thought we'd go live.
We have a very literal child.
Yes.
And when our oldest was very young,
Yes.
my brother kind of called me on some stuff. We were doing the whole Santa thing, and he's like, And I'm like, yep, we're gonna quit doing this Santa thing, trying to convince them that something that's real is not real.
Right.
We'll watch the stuff and we'll enjoy the games, but we're not gonna try to convince them that Santa's real. And so my very literal youngest child, we taught them about Nicholas and about what he did and who he was. And just so you'll know that if we follow the example of Saint Nicholas, it's all right to punch a heretic.
Oh my goodness.
And Saint Nicholas, Jesus, and the accurate Bible teaching of Jesus was so important to Nicholas of Myra. And also giving to those without, and giving to people who were struggling, and just giving in the name of Jesus was important to Nicholas of Myra. But also, our very literal child, when the other kids would talk about Santa, she would look at him and say, Santa is dead. Because Nicholas had died, right?
She couldn't understand why she
Yeah.
did. Hello, Prep Fraternity. Hello, Donnie and Jennifer. Yeah, she could not understand why people lie. She still cannot grasp why people lie. And so for her, it was just so shocking that the kids' parents would lie to them, and that everybody was trying to perpetuate and push this lie that she just could not understand. And so we had a lot of mad parents a lot of mad teachers that we dealt with for her elementary and preschool days, because
Santa was dead.
Santa was dead. And then but she'd go on, and like the teachers were upset because they couldn't stop her. She'd go on to tell them all about Nicholas of Myra and his love
the
for
reason for Christmas.
yeah, and his love for Jesus, and how he had spent his fortune giving gifts and helping people out and stuff. And so she was bold in her faith too, and so that was pretty cool. That was cool. And so you can't get on to your kid.
No.
But you just can't
We
for
never
telling
did
the
get
kids.
onto her
No,
for
we
that.
never did. We never did.
We might say, there's times to just let people
Believe a lie.
believe what they want to believe.
You
or
can't-
not,
yeah,
Not
yeah.
try to protect everybody, but we never go on to it for it.
Yeah. So she still is kind of, and we always did, simple for Christmas. They would get toys and stuff too, especially from extended family. But we always did practical, and they would get a toy too, or something they really, really wanted or needed. And lots of tools. Kids have got lots of tools for Christmas.
Tools and things they like to
Crafts,
do, craft projects and hobbies. They got some toys when they were young.
When they got older, lots of tools and stuff.
Yeah. Practical stuff mostly. And they got quite a few toys when they were real little. But
I asked that kindergartner if she saw Santa. She said yes, then started laughing and said he was Rusty. Rusty's our town's Santa. His wife is Mrs. Claus, and they have their own costumes. How cute. I always put, from Mom and Dad on our kids' presents, I always said I wasn't going to give credit to some old man for what we gave our kids. I agree.
Yeah.
What is hubby making? He's patching his blue jeans, or actually another set of bibs.
yeah, I've got a set of bibs that I wore one of the pocket. So the fronts of my pants wear out pretty quick from carrying stuff and pushing stuff, and just the way I work. And a lot of times my knife will wear through my jeans.
Pocket knife, yep.
Pocket knife.
And
So I got a big hole in these I'm wanting to patch.
20 degrees there. We made it up to 10. We're super excited about that. Donnie and Jennifer are at 20. Smart kid, yes, very smart, very high IQ. Her IQ is out of this world, but she's a super smart kid.
And if you guys don't know Nicholas of Myra, Myra is roughly modern day Turkey. And so, Jesus was taught very accurately in Turkey at one time.
Hello, Chuck. What's up, buddy? Hiya, Chuck.
Yeah.
Peppermint Patty. I love Peppermint Patty.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Christmas movies is Charlie Brown Christmas. I love Linus. Linus sets everybody straight on the true reason for Christmas.
Got up to 28, woohoo! But I'm only 90 miles from Mexico. Well, see, you're 90, not years, 90 miles from Mexico. Oh man, cool. Getting lots of folks coming in.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I can't remember. Can somebody, does somebody know? If I'm remembering correctly, I believe Jan and Kevin at Simply Jan Homestead go live at 6. Is that correct? And if there's someone that goes at live at 5, let me know, and we'll cut off. But
And if we don't, y'all feel free to go to that.
yeah, if you So I don't want to overlap anybody if I can help it. I don't follow a whole lot of YouTube channels. I guess I do, but I don't hit them all. And so I know that there's folks, sometimes it's just, you're just going to overlap. But I try not to overlap my friends that I know. You know, if I know somebody's going live, I try not to infringe upon that. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, what are y'all dreaming about growing this year? What are you dreaming about? Tracy at Summer Pick Farms, have to switch in my brain and not say Kansas Garden Guy, is advising everybody to grow extra. Anything, you're going to grow anything. To grow extra. And I'm feeling good, Donnie. I'm getting extremely restless. And so it's getting a little harder to make me behave well. Not pick things up, but not do things because I'm feeling so good. It's hard I forget. I just naturally will reach for something I'm not supposed to stretch, and they're getting on to me for stuff, but I'm trying to behave. Evelyn's gonna grow everything she can get her hands on to grow. Brenda wants to grow more livestock feed for their animals. That's a great goal. That is a great goal, Brenda.
You know, a lot of times when we think of that, we think of grains, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in history past, and we've used this too, there are some things that you'll do better in your garden than grains. Pumpkins are a great livestock feed.
Kale.
Kind of squash and kale, root crops, carrots and turnips and beets. Those are great things for livestock. You chop those up and you know, chickens will eat those, and cattle will eat those, and hogs will eat stuff like that. And that's great ways to grow. Also, putting up some of your own hay helps too.
Yeah.
I baled 10 bales of hay this year.
Yeah.
Little bitty bales, and
Yeah.
we fed them all when we had some things go on with fences. But
Are we snowed in? No, we're frozen. I mean, it's cold, but the roads are clear. We can get to the animals, take care of the animals good. We didn't get a whole lot of snow, did we?
no, maybe we got 3/4 of an inch.
We did get a little bit of ice, though.
Yeah.
But since that's a common thing for this time of year for us in Kansas, the highway department and road departments are well equipped, and they ran ahead of the storms all night. Bless their hearts, they ran all night the other night, putting salt in roads and putting down chemical and putting sand down in places. Built on Rock said finally managed to grow peas this summer, but only harvested 5 peas. Would love to have a bigger crop. Yeah, we struggle with peas here. There's something missing in our soil.
We've grown cowpeas before in other places that we grew quite a few cowpeas.
Yeah. Xander says ours didn't do so well this year, mostly because I tried to do a fall garden. I tried the soil out even after I added more to it, so no more fall gardens there. Summer ones only. Summer ones only. Yeah. That's okay, Xander. That's okay. Xander's chickens love the pumpkins, and pumpkins are natural green wormers. Yes, that is exactly right. Had a random pumpkin start growing in my garden that they didn't. That's called volunteer. Had a volunteer. Didn't fully ripen before it got cold, so the goats got 5 pumpkins to feast on. That's awesome. Won't be long before we get some taters in the ground. Chuck, I am so jealous. Yes, pumpkins are good for a lot of livestock. Random things growing are called volunteer ones. Yeah, volunteers.
So my mom and dad had a pretty good little patch of
Yeah,
pumpkins
they
this
did.
year, and I helped my mom pick all their big pumpkins, and there were several little ones that had just got on and were still green, really
Yeah.
green and young and tender. And I picked them and I brought them in the house. She's like, "What are we gonna do with those?" I said, "I think I read where you can cut them up and eat them like squash, like
You
summer
can.
squash."
You can.
And so her and I chopped up some of those little green pumpkins, and they were solid all the way through. They weren't hollow in the middle like a mature pumpkin. They were solid all the way through, kind of like a zucchini, but it had more of a sweet smell to it, and definitely has a little bit sweeter flavor. Maybe like almost butternut,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
between a butternut and zucchini probably. And we took it up, and we steamed a big pot of it, and then she made a really meaty spaghetti sauce, and we put spaghetti sauce
Oh,
over the top of
mm.
it, steamed, and it was great.
That sounds good.
That's what Mom and I did with some really green pumpkins this year.
Yeah, I've been feeling good, and yeah, it's hard. Donnie, I think you said it the other day to pray for me because it's hard for those women that work a lot and do a lot. I can't remember exactly how you worded it. I'm gonna have to paraphrase it. Us busy women. It's hard for us busy women to be still and just be took care of when we're so used to taking care of, you know. And it's humbling. I mean, it's humbling when you can't shower. I mean, that's humbling. When when I first got out of the hospital, I wanted a shower, and I waited. They told me no shower till 3 days, and then to have, I have to have help washing my hair. I couldn't even wash my hair. That was so bad. One more pineapple to cut up before I can make more pineapple jam. Most of them went for gifts along with the tamales. Oh man,
Cool.
so good.
For those of y'all that don't know, Cindy has just had a surgery last
Yep.
week, and she's recovering, and she can't do anything
Yeah.
for another week, and then it's still limited for several weeks. So that's part of us being in the house
Yeah.
and being stir crazy. The cold weather definitely will
Yes.
keep us in. It doesn't keep me in as much as it does her.
Right.
But shorter stints out.
Yeah.
I have rendered beef tallow
Beef tallow.
and or soot or whatever it's called. But I rendered a bunch of it while we were in the house and it was cold. And I got this, 4 pints and a quart that I rendered.
Winter 2021. I left someone's house and her goats in my vegetable garden while she moved. I'm so sorry. House her goats in my vegetable garden while she moved. They stayed for several months. Then come summer, I had a forest of sunflowers growing in there. Was that a hawk? What hawk? I don't know.
There's somebody setting up at the.
Prayer request. Chris from Believe on the Cross had a heart attack, but she's recovering. Yes, definitely. Definitely pray for Chris. Gotta find my prayer request list. I'm not supposed to read. Don't look at that.
Hey,
Don't look at that.
should have asked.
It's on live TV. Don't look at that though.
I'm watching. I wasn't watching. Sorry.
I just did it not thinking about it. So I did it and then I was like, oh, wait. Till it hurt. And then you learn when it hurts. You go, whoa. Chris from Built on a Rock. I'm going to have to start another page. We're going to go down the side. Chris at Built on a Rock.
Nice fertilizer, yeah. But I know some people that garden that way. This time of year they'll pin their cattle and their sheep up in a place they're going to garden that year, and they'll just roll out hay and keep them in there, and they build a lot, and then they just kind of plant directly in that. There's a lot of weeds that go along with that, and they just plant a whole lot extra, and hopefully it doesn't drown it all out.
Well, we've done that. We've had pigs in the garden. We've had sheep in the garden. We've had cows in the garden. We had freedom in the garden. You can take Dee off the list. She is on her way to rehab after the holidays. Thank you, everyone,
Awesome.
for the prayers for her. She healed quickly, and the doctors are shocked. Amen. That's
Good, good.
awesome. Thanks, Xander.
Is that Xander?
Yeah, Xander had Dee on there.
Okay.
Dee had shoulder surgery. So we'll take Dee off. There we go. Tim's hoping for a container garden this year. Can't stand up very long, so you'll do what you can do. Yep, going to do hobbies that can be done sitting, like sewing machine repair, blacksmithing, etc. Awesome, Tim. Yeah, you. Yeah, I love the whole. I'm gonna do what I can do till I can't do it no more. I mean, that's
Yep.
just that's what keeps us going. But yeah, prayer is amazing, guys. So yeah, we got still got a long list, and which is good, really good. And I need to redo it because I've got lots of mark-offs, praise, and I'll usually mark them praise reports. Get some benches so you can sit on them. Yeah, that's a great idea for Tim. Tim is very large, Xander. I don't know if you know Tim. He is a big man.
Tiny Tim's not tiny.
No, Tiny Tim is not tiny. He's a giant of a man, super, and has just as big of a heart.
Just so y'all know, I look up to Tiny Tim.
Yeah. I do mostly raised beds, feed tubs, etc. Soil is extremely rocky. Yeah, I gotcha. I do tubs and raised beds. Pafford's good. We do a mix of all.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff planted and growing around.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 years have not been so great.
Yeah, weeds love it everywhere, I think. All right, see you later, Brenda. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we have lots and lots of weeds here. And wherever Built on the Rock is, they're 90 miles from Mexico. Oh, Tiny Tim says, Gary, I'm your elder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, Evelyn. Evelyn has excellent, amazing soil. That's a blessing. We have to build soil here. Yeah.
We're not rocky.
No.
We got gumbo, but it's just also used up.
Yeah, it's been
Just-
farmed out. This is old farm ground. Good Times Homestead with Jen. Jen's here. Hey, my friend Jen is here. Hi, Jen. 5,000 feet between you guys. Wow. Wow. Oh no, Xander's sitting at 5,000 feet, and they're not. Gotcha. Yeah, we understand gardening at 5.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yep.
We'll
Texas.
stick these pins right there.
Oh, they're in the Texas Hill Country.
Cool. That.
Extremely rocky. Have had people tell where I live based on a photograph. I totally feel you on that one. Yes, Tim had a very bad motorcycle accident that messed him up. Built on a Rock is at 2,100 feet. We're like at 11 or something, aren't we?
We're close
13?
to.
I thought it was like 16. but
Okay,
I don't know.
okay, yeah. But yeah, so we're, yeah, we are a lot higher elevation than we were in Oklahoma. Evelyn is at 4,650 feet. But yeah. Downhill all 4 directions. Well, we're not quite there because we're at the below the crest of the hill. So it is uphill going north, but it's downhill all the other ones. Downhill west, downhill east, downhill south.
So that's my hole. I've sewed a big patch like that. Kind of see the stitching on the back side, and now I'm going to come in and stitch around this hole, and I may even cut things after I get stitched around that hole.
Yeah, that's what Gary's doing. Tim is at 500 feet. He's in a valley in the Ozarks. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
One
so,
thing I learned about the Ozarks, especially going from Oklahoma to
Paffords are in the floodplain. They're at 73 feet. Those polar ice caps melt, whatever. Paffords are going to have to run north.
the Ozarks are tall down, not up, and that's kind of a neat thing about them, that you can have a lot of elevation change, but the top stop's still not real tall a lot of times.
Xander says we need to get Paffords on a bigger hill. No. Wow. That's not very many feet. I don't know what my grandparents were down. Oh no, not me, LOL, Charlie says. I'm assuming this is Charlie. Is this Charlie or Amber for Paffords? Jen's on a hill at 900 feet. Still have snow. Yeah. So Evelyn is southeast of Xander. That's cool. Yeah, we live out in the middle of nowhere, and you can find us from pictures pretty easy. That's why we didn't really try to hide where we're at, because it's just too easy to figure it out. Built on a Rock is near the highest point of Texas Hill Country. Paffords are 50 miles from Galveston. So Paffords, my grandparents lived on Lake Livingston when I was growing up. So it'd be north of you, and maybe a little west probably, I think. North and a little west, up by Huntsville. So they lived southeast of Huntsville and in the Piney Woods. But yeah, and then I got family at Liberty, and then way over at Victoria. I got family all over Texas. I'd love to go on like a big trip and just visit all the cousins. That'd be fun, but expensive too. Around 1,300 feet around at Tiny Tim's, the tallest mountain in Arkansas is Mount Magazine at 3,300 feet. Yeah, hills, mole hills, mole mounds. Up there all the time camping. Cool. Yeah, so a lot of my childhood memories with my Paffords are 8 miles from Liberty. Cool. Got some cousins at Liberty. I think I just got 2. I think Christopher and his family, and then I can't remember whether Tommy's still at Liberty or if he moved to like Baytown or somewhere. But some of my other ones are at Victoria, and I got 2 up to Victoria. I've got several in the Fort Worth area. Got several in the Fort Worth area, and then I've got some over at near San Antonio. Got cousins over there, and then I've got cousins up near Tyler. Built on the Rocks got a sister-in-law in Galveston. Brother is captain of a supply ship for the oil industry. He doesn't have a say in where they live. No, he doesn't. If he wants to keep his job, he's got to go where the work is. Yes, definitely cannot drive crazy on your crazy roads, Tim.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in the Ozarks, Tim, and the roads or something.
Yeah.
Ways north of you, but
Yeah, so we'll see. So I've got just over a week. January 3rd will be my next post-op. All right, Paffords are going to be right back. January 3rd is the next post-op, and that'll be where after that one they'll tell me if I can drive, and if I can extend my weight limit and stuff like that. Because right now I can't handle anything over 2 pounds. 2. That is crazy for 2 weeks. No bending, no stretching, no reaching, no picking stuff up. I can't. She told me not even to put on my socks. Is that just not the craziest thing? So Gary's been taking care of me. big baby, but
Oh, it's fun.
I feel bad for it. Brother works out of Louisiana. Sister lives in grandma's house, so brother has a long commute. Wow. Yeah. It depends on where they're from in the East, Xander. Really does on how they can drive. Or, well, what are we talking about? We're human beings. Very few of us drive well. Yeah. So, get crazy drivers everywhere. Somebody must have went live because we lost a whole lot of viewers. So, I'm starting to wonder. So, let's go over our prayer list. If you have something to add, let me know while we're going over it. And I'm just going to kind of do instead of doing our traditional because it takes so long, I'm just going to list them off and that's going to be our prayer. How's that sound, guys? Okay, Heavenly Father, I lift Keegan and Kelly up to you at Southern Boy Prepper. Lord, I ask that you would be with them as the loss of their 26-year-old son. And Tim's family friends, his friend that passed away in his sleep several weeks ago. Lord, I just ask that you be with that family as they're adjusting and having their first Christmas. These families with the first Christmas without their loved one here. Lord, give them the promise. Help them remind them of the promise that you are with them, and that if their loved one is a believer in you, that they're with you too. And Lord, I just thank you for that promise. Doug at His Way Homestead's nephew Keith is going to have sciatica surgery, and while we're on the sciatica, Neil with Treasure Hunter. I'm so sorry, I drew a blank. Neil with Treasure Hunter is having sciatica issues as well, so please lift him up. Father God, I lift Neil up to you, and I just ask that you would be with him and Beth, and be with them in this Christmas season. Chuck and Belinda just had a surgery, and so be with Belinda and Chuck and their children. They're having their Christmas coming in soon, and the kids are all coming in and having dinner, and I just ask that you be with them and with me in my recovery. Lord, I lift Lila Newton up to you and her eyes, Lord. You know the complete issue with her eyes, and Lord, I just ask that you would give her wisdom and give her strength and provide for her and ease her fears. And Lord, if the doctors can help her, I ask that you would make a way for that, Lord. Brother Donnie and Miss Jennifer's their church, New Salem. It's all the small churches around here, Lord, and I just lift all those churches up to you. Tiny Tim and his stomach pain, Lord, and his other pain throughout his body that he has. Lord, I just lift him up to you, Lord, and I just ask that you would heal him, that you would strengthen him. And Lord, I just thank you for Tim and for his love for all of us in this community and his support. Lord, I just thank you and praise you for him. Doug and Shelly, their furnace was broke. Lord, I hope that got fixed in this really cold time, and Shelly's parents being sick. Lord, I just lift them up to you, and I lift up Patty's parents from Southern Blessed Homestead. Lord, they were ill as well, and Lord, I just lift them up to you. It's hard on us when we're far away and our parents are ill, and we've got older parents, Lord. I know you understand that, and Lord, I just ask that you hurt us. And Lord, I thank you for healing when it comes. Lord, I lift Bobby Jean up to you at MB Heritage Farms, Lord, and her infection. Lord, I thank you for getting her to the right doctors at the right time, that this infection did not end up being fatal, Lord, with them having kids still at home and just so much, Lord. I just ask that you would be with her, that you would strengthen her, that you remind her how beautiful she is, and Lord, I just ask that you would comfort her, and I thank you for Michael and the kids being able to care for her and take care of her, Lord. And I lift up Evelyn Newman to you and her umbilical hernia and her back pain, Lord. I just ask that you would give her a special blessing. And Lord, I thank you for Evelyn and her wonderful friendship and her encouragement and love that she delves out to all of us, Lord. I just thank you for her. Leanne and her husband at Mennonite Farmhouse I just want to thank you for them and just ask for helpers for them for whatever their needs, Lord. I thank you for meeting their needs, and I know that you're going to continue to do that, and I just thank you and pray for that. Patty at the Tinker's Wife, Lord, I thank you for her providing her a new home, Lord. I thank you that whenever the inspection showed that there needed to be a lot more work done on it than expected, that the sellers agreed to a lower price for that home, Lord. And I thank you for that. And Lord, I ask that you be with Patty and the sellers of that home, that all of them's needs would be met and that they would be provided for, Lord. I lift Janet at Homestead Where You Are and her family up to you as they too are celebrating Christmas with one less around the table, Lord. I just ask that you be with that family as they mourn the loss of their child. Lord, I just lift them up to you, and I ask that you would be with them. And along the lines of grieving, Lord, I lift Andrea and her family up to you as they go for the first Christmas without her father. And as a daddy's girl, I know how devastating that must be, Lord. It must be truly devastating. And Lord, I just ask that you would comfort them. Lord, I thank you for your promise. I thank you for providing a way for us. And I thank you for your comfort. Lord, I lift up Tim's neighbor and mother and daughter that were ill, Lord. I pray that for their healing. Lord, I pray for Tim's friend with pancreatic cancer and his friend that is recovering from hip replacement. And Lord, I just thank you for that. I want to praise you for the healing of Xander's friend, Z, and the surgery, Lord. And Lord, I thank you that the doctors are seeing your work and acknowledging that there has been a miracle, Lord. And Lord, I ask that you would use that to draw folks to you, that they would see how much you care and how much you love us, Lord. Lord, I just want to thank you and praise you and just give you all the glory for that. And Lord, I lift up Shelly's family as they too are facing Christmas with without a loved one, Lord. And I just ask again for comfort for them. Lord, again, I just thank you for this season where we can celebrate Christ's birth and the sacrifice of his life and his resurrection and ascension, Lord, that bridges that gap for us, that we can have a relationship with you and we no longer have to sacrifice animals, that Jesus's life, birth, life, death, and resurrection paid all that, completed that our sins can be washed white as snow if we will believe in you, Lord, that we believe in that promise that you've given us. You said it's a free gift if we just believe, Lord, and follow you. And Lord, I just want to thank you for that time, this time that we get to celebrate that. And I just thank you for our whole YouTube family and our families. I thank you. And Lord, I just ask that you would give everyone a special Christmas blessing this weekend, Lord. Lord, I thank you and I praise you in Jesus' holy name. Amen. I'm going to look and see if I missed anything in the chat, like somebody's prayer requests. Wendy and her husband are hard knacks is sick. Okay, Father God, I lift Wendy and her husband up to you, Lord. I ask that you would heal them in this time of sickness. Oklahoma's been hit so hard with the flu and RSV and so many illnesses. And Lord, I just ask that you would heal them, that you would replenish them, and that you would keep them strong, Lord. I thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, let's see. Okay. Evelyn said she didn't think anybody went live because she didn't get a notification. Oh, you gotta have to set an alarm. So our normal live is 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. So that's our normal live.
We're just going live now because we're stuck in the house.
We're stuck in the house. I had surgery and I can't get out and about. I'm not supposed to do much at all. And so Gary's home home for a couple weeks to take care of me until I can get to where I can take care of myself a little more. It's pretty humbling, but because I like to do. And so I feel sorry for Luke and Gary. They've done a great job taking care of me. I know I'm not an easy patient because I just want to do for. I mean, it's just. I mean, who wouldn't pick something up if they saw, if they dropped something, or I can't even put on my socks. I mean, somebody's got to help me get dressed. Somebody's got to help me bathe. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling.
Yeah.
So, and if I want to move from the couch to the bed, he's got to move my electric blanket and carry my stuff for me because I'm not supposed to carry stuff. And then, like, even pulling the covers, I didn't think about how heavy the covers are.
Yeah, and we went live because it kind of
Yeah.
helps our extrovert to have somebody to talk to.
To
beside
take me
and
for a
like-
walk.
Yeah.
This is my walk equivalent. So I finally gotten to where, laughing doesn't hurt anymore. Now this coughing and the sneezing still hurt really bad. But I'm doing a lot better. What are our Christmas plans? Well, Luke is here. He's been doing a lot of our Christmas baking and candy making that normally we do together. Becca's coming in tomorrow, our middle child. She'll be here tomorrow, and she's going to help with getting some of the other baking and stuff done, like the pies and stuff I think you guys are going to do tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I think if you don't want to, you don't have to.
No, we
Or it
will.
can all wait till Sunday morning too.
We can cook it all tomorrow for all I
And
care.
then Hannah, somebody will go get her on Sunday when she gets off work. She's got to work from 8 to noon Sunday morning. And somebody, because she works weekend shift. That's her normal work. She works Friday through Sunday weekends. And so somebody will go get her because she doesn't like to drive that far. And she does very, very well driving around town. And driving around here. I say driving around town. She does well getting from her apartment to her job. It's what, 2.5 miles, I think, from her apartment to her job. She does very well with that. But she doesn't like all the traffic and stuff. But she can drive really slow through the neighborhoods. And so that's usually how she goes to and from work. But getting on the highway and driving the 20 minutes on the highway is really hard for her. And sleeping in, Xander says. And then he's sleeping in for Christmas. And then, which she'll miss out on the baking, which she absolutely loves. But it's because she helped so much with Thanksgiving. She primarily cooked Thanksgiving. And so I just was there as an assistant, and she did most of the cooking for Thanksgiving. And then, so Gary's going to cook the ham, or I assume Gary, so we'll have a nice, you're going to go to church? Awesome. I'm still not allowed to go to church yet. Not yet. I'll miss a couple more. 12 kids getting up at 0 a.m. for school for 5 days a week, and then up early on weekends for cartoons. You're tired, yes. Sleeping, eating, puzzles, movies. That sounds wonderful, Jen. And none of the kids are Xanders. Oh, me. But and so, we got some presents we're going to open. We're going to eat, mostly what we're going to do, and have fun as a family. We'll probably play some games. Gary and Luke have been entertaining me by playing Wahoo with me till I get too tired. And get tired of getting beat. Gary cheats.
I do not cheat. I got a system, and it works.
That's our joke. We always tease him that he cheats. But Gary's system works out very well. He does a good job with his system, and it
Don't
works out
always
very
win.
well.
It doesn't always
No.
work, but it does
It
work
does
a
work
lot.
a lot. So we always tease him that he cheats because he wins a lot. But he
Anytime
just
you play a game of chance, I mean,
Yeah.
with dice, you can't control what dice you're going to get. But
You are welcome, Michael and Bobby. Oh, the road's frozen. Ours is not. We're pretty blessed that our road crews are prepared for this, and they work hard and they do a great job of taking care of the roads for us. Gary's been out Were you able to get the alfalfa? Oh yeah, you got it. I remember now. You was telling Luke it was in the car.
Yeah, we went and got it yesterday. Well, I went.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, there was ice falling off. Or was that Luke dropping something in his room?
Flip drop.
Luke dropping something. Darn, I was hoping it was ice falling off the house. Hoping we'd.
Not warm yet.
Not that warm yet, Luke says. Yeah, it may take. Well, we're going to be warm. We're going to be in the 50s by like Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. It's going to warm up quick. Hey, Boone, how are you, buddy? He's got to smell your bibs.
Hey, Boone.
Hi, buddy.
We got our grand dog.
Yep.
Come here, Boone.
Yep, all right. Go check those animals before it gets dark. Have a good evening. We're going to close up
Come
to.
here, Boone.
Oh, Gary wants to show off
Come here,
Boone.
Boone. Come on. Get up here. Good dog.
So this is Boone, the grand dog.
It's our son's red Catahoula.
Yep. And he's a
All
sweet
right, Chad,
dog.
Can you look over here? Can you look over here? No.
Yes, fur baby. Yeah. So we're going to end and tell everybody good night. We pray you have a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
And if we don't see you, New Year. And we just want to thank you guys all so much for being our YouTube family, for joining us and just blessing us and loving on us, and all the prayers. Thank you guys so much.
And remember,
God made you special.
and he loves you very much.
Good night, y'all. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.